I'm stressed because I just have too much to do at work. How the hell do I work on that?
Okay. So there are a few things going on there, and you probably do have too much because people are getting laid off, work is coming in, you're being asked to do more. The first is prioritize what is reasonable for you to get done, and try and go to your boss and say, I can get this much done, and if you want more, I need more resources, and this is what I would need. So the first is by taking agency yourself and figuring out what would be the right amount. The second is you're either going to just not do that work and it's not going to get done anyway, or you're going to take away from other parts of your life that need you. Now, sometimes in a short time you can do that, and you can say to friends, to colleagues, to family, you know what, for this next 2 weeks, we're going to launch a product, and my 2 weeks, I'm not going to have as much space as I would, and this is what it's going to look like. So that's an individual experience that's going to happen and then go back to normal. The other is, I now have too much work because they've taken away so many of my resources. So the first step is to figure out what is it that really needs to get done, and what is it that you want to get done because you're a good employee. And then communicate that and see what happens. And they say, oh, okay, we'll get you more resources, but for right now, I need you to get it all done. How do you have that difficult conversation? That's nice, but I can't continue this. I can't do this. So I'm going to get this much done, and let's figure out who we can put some of this other to. Now, someone who's really afraid of losing their job would have a trouble with that. So then they need to look at, how real is that? Am I really going to lose the job if I don't do 1.5 times? And then I have to make the decision. Do I start looking somewhere else? Is this no longer a tenable job for me? Are there other options out there, or do I need to stay with this? I think the biggest thing to know is you have options. When you feel like you have too much work and that this is what they're expecting to be steady state, you have options. You might not like the options, but you have them. And what I see as the worst is when you feel like I have no options and I have to do all this work and everything else just gets hurt. And that's when I would challenge, and I would look into what makes you not have any options. Do you tend to not think of options? Are there other places where you have options? Let's put all the options down that won't work and see if they spark any that will. Because I rarely see situations where you have no options, because you do always have the option to leave. Now, having said that, that might be too much for the financial situation you're in, and I am with that. So the other way is that you slowly start not doing everything. But that's not as good an answer as figuring it out within optionality.